Hi, this is Kim Turner, and in this video I'm going to show you how to create subtotals within your worksheet. It's important to note that you can only create subtotals in a range of data, but not data that's in a table. So for example, you'll notice that I have headers here, and I can tell it's in a table if I click on a cell and I see the Table Tools Design tab come up. I can convert this table to a range of data if I click on that tab and I click on Convert to Range in the Tools group. Do I want to convert the table to a normal range? Yes. And you can see that the down arrows are removed and I no longer have a Table Tools Design tab. So I'm almost ready to create subtotals. The next thing I need to do to prepare is to figure out what am I going to create subtotals of. And in this case, I'm going to create subtotals by office. So before I do that, I need to make sure that my office column is sorted. So I'm going to sort by office first by going to the Data tab and then clicking on Ascending Order, which is sorting in alphabetical order. So I'll click on that, and now my offices are sorted, and I always scroll down and check. Yep, Boston, then Chicago. And you'll notice when it's sorted, my banded rows were mixed up. Now, you never want to send a worksheet with banded rows that look like this. So you can fix that by selecting the first two rows that have banded rows, and then clicking on the Format Painter, and then selecting the rest of the data. Now my banded rows has been copied to the rest of the worksheet. So now we're ready to create the subtotals underneath each office. I'm going to go back to the Data tab, and in the Outline group is where we have the subtotals. So go ahead and click on that, and it's important to read it from top to bottom. So you want subtotals at each change in, and I'm going to select Office. Use the function sum, and I'm going to be summing the salaries. So I'm going to sum the base salaries, the bonus, and the commissions, but not the eval score. And you might need to scroll down to see if there are any other fields that are selected. And there's not, so I only want those three selected. This box is checked to replace current subtotals, and it's a default, and it's okay to keep it that way. We don't have subtotals in our worksheet yet, but it's a good practice to keep it there. And I want summary below the data. So now I'm going to click OK. And then always check to make sure that your subtotals look the way you want them to look. So I selected the three headings here of base salary, bonus, and commission. I'm going to scroll down and make sure that subtotals were entered for the Boston office, and yes they are, three of them there. I want subtotals for the Chicago office, Chicago total, there it is right there. So checking a couple offices, it should be a good enough check. But a nice thing about subtotals is you can look at the data three different ways. So you see here on the left hand side you have 1, 2, 3, and then you have plus and minus signs. The minus sign means it's totally expanded, and the plus sign means that something has been condensed. So if I click on 1, I see the grand total row, and the plus sign means that it's condensed to the grand total. If I click on 2, it shows the totals for each of the offices, and then also the grand total. Here is where you might want to put bold on those values. And then if you click on 3, then the entire worksheet is expanded. So this is a great way to insert totals into your worksheet and then condense so that the user can see all of the totals easily. To remove the totals, go back to the Data tab, click on Subtotal, and then you see Remove All at the bottom, and you can click on that to remove your totals.